Special populations include a few that we're going to be talking about. The first that we want to talk about is adolescents. Adolescents, you deal with physical changes due to hormonal changes. There's characteristics that play in, personality characteristics, and then of course the great word rebellion. I think if you've ever been a teenager or an adolescent, you have experienced at least one, if not all of those. Some of the developmental stages of adolescence are in three categories. You have your early adolescence from the ages of 10 to 14. Then you have your middle adolescence, ages 15 to 17. And then you have your late stage of adolescence, which is 18 to 20. Some of the developmental tasks involved with adolescence are, first, acceptance of your biological role. Secondly, the struggle to become comfortable with one's sexuality. Third, the choice of occupational and social identity. Fourth, there's a struggle towards independence because you're no longer a child and yet you're not an adult that has full-blown privileges within society. For many of them, they don't even have a license. They haven't obtained their license yet. They don't have a full-time job to where they can be self-sufficient. So they're caught between being a child, totally dependent on their parents, and yet not a full-blown adult yet. So there's this struggle. You know, they're kind of like in limbo, developmental limbo there, struggling towards independence, trying to obtain their identity. Some of the risk factors involved with adolescence that's always good to pay attention to are some of the genetic risk factors we talked about before. Is there a substance abuse history within the family? Their social group, their peer group. Who do they hang around with? The saying has been said throughout decades is, you are who you hang with. Community. What type of community does the individual live in? What is the environment that they live in? Is it safe? Is it stable? Some of the protective factors that minimize the impact or minimize the potentiality for developing alcohol abuse or alcohol dependence are strong family ties, strong community ties, active involvement in church or within the religious group. What type of parenting is involved? Do they live in a single family, a single parent household? Do they live with step parents? Are both parents in the home? So parenting and supervision are key to being a protective factor. Personality characteristics. Are they very impulsive? Are they attention seeking? Or do they know who they are? Are they self-starters? Are they a leader versus a follower? And do they live in a stable community, a safe, stable community? Some of the signs of potential problems with alcohol and drug abuse are, how are they doing in school? What is their school performance? What are the school grades? What's the attendance like? You could really determine what that student's grade was going to be based off of their attendance. What is their health? What is their health like? Are you starting to see them cough more? Are you starting to see bloodshot eyes? Are they falling more? Are they having more accidents? Self-inflicting injuries? How are they within the family? Where are they at within the family ties? Have they detached? Have they withdrawn? Have they isolated themselves within the family unit? And what are the relationships like? Girlfriend, boyfriend, how is the relationship with mom and dad? How is the relationship with the siblings? What is the relationship like with, coaches, teachers, ministers, clergy? It's really important that we pay attention to some of those signs and symptoms that could be indication or indicators of them going down the wrong path.